Hello guys, my name is Divik and welcome back into another video. Another discussionary topic here because this is something I'm very passionate about and this is one of my favorite bits of the game. And that is the For Honor events. Now, at the time of recording and to what I was able to find, there has been 26 of them. Some of them PvP, some of them PvE, and some of them are literally a hybrid of the two, also, which is good. But here's my question: where are the PvE events? Now they've been the devs have been re-rolling the player versus player events like Shadows of the Hitakiri, Black Prize Riposte, Wrath of the Jormungandr. I think they even brought back the Rebellion, so a couple of the Rebellion events, which was also really cool. And I could be wrong here, but according to the like I just said here, according to the wiki, there is 26 game modes. I feel like there's more than that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could be wrong there, but I feel like that's it. But according to this list, there is Apollyon's Legacy. I never got to play that. Battle of the Eclipse. I played that. Black Prize Riposte. I played that. In fact, I literally joined the game right after that one left, and then I got to play it again recently. So Blades of Persia, I remember that event, and I would like for it to come back. Chimera Banquet, Fangs, and Feast of the Outworld. For the Creed, never got to play that. Frost, Wind, Celebrations, and Festival. And Parade. Horkos Masquerade, I think that was the dark side of the whole Chimera thing. Metal Trials, I would love to play that right now. Oath of Wyverndale, Playground Edition, that was the April Fool's joke, which I actually really liked that, and I wouldn't mind that being like a little side thing that you can do. Reigning Inferno, I forget what that one is. Return of the Otherworld. Rite of Champions, which one is that? Oh yeah, Rite of Champions. I don't think I actually got to play that one. It would be cool. I don't know what it is, but it sounds cool. Shadows of the Hitakiri. I remember that one. I remember it fondly. It was actually my first ever For Honor event, other than the whole lightsaber thing, which never came back. Tales of the Rebellion Parts 1, 2, and 3. The Horkos games, Visions of the Kyoshi, which I actually kind of enjoyed that game mode. Hate the character, but the game mode is fun. Wrath of the Jormungandr, and my absolute #1 favorite game mode of all time in this game, Zanhu's Gambit. Zanhu's Gambit. There we go. It was supposed to be this one. I was hoping it would be this one. But yeah, no. All these events, including the whole Wyverndale one that we just got, you could easily bring those back. And heck, you can even put them in the arcade menu. See, there's weekly quests, right? Random quests, and then there's this whole section of the map right over there to the right side that you could easily put those in. And I would love to see that. I think I think Slanderous has mentioned before that he would like to see that. But as far as everything else, I would love to see the PvE events in particular come back. And my reason being is that there's been such a focus on PvP as of late that I've noticed, and you're forcing the players to play in such a way that they're forced to fight other players. And I said it during the testing grounds again, but there should be more alternate options to test out the changes, especially when it comes to like a character like Shaolin, who is really, it's kind of, for some, I feel, it is very hard to get started with his chains. And when you're getting literally jumped on every 2 seconds, because, you know, look at me, I read 57 with Shaolin, so it's like, oh yeah, this guy can take us all on a time, all at once, or, and this one's the bigger of the two, they're just being tryhards. So I think it would be better if there was more player versus environment options in the game, because right now they don't exist. The only real surefire way to fight environmentally speaking, like if we were speaking like from Ark's point of view, is the story mode. That hasn't been updated in literally years. That and arcade are the only surefire, set in stone player versus environment thing. You know, the player versus AI, which is actually slept on by most of the community. If you play like this instead of this, like if you played this, then you're like, oh, you're a sad boy. Until the level 3s and like they start activating revenge and doing all that stuff, like they do in freaking regular old Dominion. But anyways, I think that the player versus AI side of the game, or player versus environment, whichever one you want to go to, is very much slept on, and it always has been since I started. I mean, is Breach AI literally the easiest way to get XP? Yes. And level up your characters and get those cool rewards like the freaking sulfuric sparks, which I really want on Shaolin and Warmonger. And even if I don't get those extra 10 reps, I will be satisfied with the 60. And in fact, I already have the outfits I want to freaking turn into the rep 60, the sulfuric sparks effect. But anyways, all that aside, I want to see those events come back, and because they're fun. These events, you know, aside from being my #1 favorite, Zanhu's Gambit, or Emperor's Escape, whichever you want to call it, it is a fun game mode. It is very, very fun. I do like that game mode. And plus, it gives an opportunity for other players to, new players, to actually play those old events. Because, like I said, now I can say it, Pirate does not have a black and purple weapon. Kyobrat does not have a black and purple weapon. Warmonger does not have a black and purple weapon. Griffin does not have a black and purple weapon. It would be sick if Zanhu's Gambit came back, and not only that, but you could get all those weapons again, and the 4 newest members of the cast also got new weapons. Now, I don't really care about Kaioshin all that much. He's literally the anti-fun character, if you ask me. But all these events coming back in, you know, the Warmonger event, I would love to play that again. I don't recall if I said it in this version of the video or my previous one, but I would love to play as my Warmonger facing down Estrella. Because actually, that's a story beat. Since, you know, there's this whole create your own story thing, or blah, blah, blah. I like the idea of my 5 taking on Estrella directly and just like slaying her. Same thing with Griffin, but like to a point, right? But like, I like the idea of my 5 taking on Estrella and killing her along with her cultists, because literally they're just like they are a third faction. You know, I haven't really made a dedicated video to my 5 and what their whole story is and what they're about. I should probably write some stuff down. But anyways, fact of the matter is the new characters don't have anything in regards to those events, and it would be cool if they could have them. Like the black and purple weapons. I've said it before in videos. I've said it in edited videos. I'm saying it right now. It would be cool to see Warmonger versus Estrella. You know, Griffin versus Estrella directly. So you can play as Griffin and fight Estrella, or however you want to say it. You can play as Kyoshin. I mean, if you really like the character, and fight Estrella. You can play as Pirate, who story-wise doesn't give a crap about any of this stuff. You can fight Estrella if they were to re-roll that event. I want to see that event brought back. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I want to see that just to have the visual of Pirate fighting Warmonger, of Kyoshin fighting Warmonger, of Warmonger fighting Warmonger, Griffin fighting Warmonger, or literally any of my Rep 70s, especially all 3 of my Rep 70s versus Warmonger with their reworks would be cool. Because see, here's the thing. When we had these events come out, these were before Hitokiri got her rework. This was before Musha got his rework. That one is really cool. This is before Zanhu got her rework. And Zanhu and I think it was JJ were like the best characters to play that event due to their moveset. But now that both Zanhu and JJ have gotten their reworks, I want to see if they're still viable in that game mode. But we're not gonna know until those events get re-rolled. So I am making a call again for those events to come back. Zanhu's Gambit, bring it back. You know what? And also, I would really like to play For the Creed. I mean, I've heard so many people talk about how great that game mode is, and there's like that cool execution with the hidden blade. I'm not a humongous fan of Assassin's Creed. I know this probably sounds like sacrilege to people, but hear me out. I've only played the one game. It was cool, but I really, really want to play the For the Creed event. It sounds cool. The rewards look really cool. That effect with the Assassin's Creed logo, and plus the little decal, it looks really cool. I could do some cool stuff with that, but I didn't have the game then. So I want to see For the Creed come back. I want to see these player versus AI game modes come back, because not only will I get to play it again with my reworked mains, but also players who just got the game recently, when like Pirate showed up, will have an opportunity to play the old events like, hey yo, this is really cool. And if you can, put it in the arcade menu. And if you hit the arcade button, you get taken straight away to a playlist of like 4 or 5 of the old events that you can select regardless of if you have a arcade. We can play, say, arcade/events, right? And you can access this menu and put it over there on that one side, so that way new players who don't have arcade, or even if you have someone with you that has arcade, you're allowed to play at least, let's say 6. 6 events that have taken place in the game mode, where you literally fight level 2s and level 3 bots, right? Where you fight those, and it's right there, because you're already fighting bots anyway when you play arcade. So why not add a third option that happens to be the event game modes? I think I might have said this in the previous take, but Slanderous mentioned this, and it bears repeating because it's actually a brilliant idea. Put the PvE game modes right there on that one side where there's like nothing going on, because you got the castle over here, you got the Vikings over here. There's nothing happening in the mire. There's no selection in the mire on this menu. Put the PvE game modes right there, and I think that would be really cool. Sure, For Honor would be a lot bigger as far as file size, but I think a lot of the player base would really, really enjoy it. Bring back the player versus environment or AI game modes for the love of Apollyon. Anyway, I'm going to say Apollyon because literally, main antagonist of the game. Anyways, bring those events back, and that's all everybody got to say for this one. What do you guys think? Let the devs know that you want these game modes back, because I do, and leave them permanently in the game. That would be really, really dope. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, sub if you're new. I will try to be bringing out these discussionary topics often, if not straight up having some gameplay. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.